What's going on, everyone? I thank you for joining me if you're out there. Today I am using a camera that is pretty neat. It's going to follow me around, so I'm just tracking with it. But today I wanted to just put this up there, and if anyone out there is watching, I could use all the advice I can get. So we've got this area right here. Let me show you around, and let me know if you can't hear me. But this area right here is, I got to duck down and get it to show it, is this big area that has been gardens and whatnot, and I got to figure out what to do with it this year. And I think it's a great spot for an herb garden because it's right near our back steps, so we can walk out and grab it. But what's about to walk into the picture right now that you'll see, here Fluffy, come here bud, is chickens. And we got lots of them. I gotta get the camera going. But anyways, I am going to be trying to convert this into an herb garden. Let me take over a little on the camera side and show you guys around just with this. Give me a sec. This thing doesn't seem to love doing this. Oh, of course. Yo, Hank, what's going on, bud? Dude, if you have advice for me right now, I would love it. So let me see. Maybe if I switch over to this camera and even my iPhone, let me just add a new one. Thanks, bud. I've been trying. I'm sorry for the slow start. Every time I think I have everything working just right, something seems to fall apart. But hey, that's how it goes, right? So, of course, right now, let's see. Let's zoom this out. Oh, that's not how you do it. And, all right. So, I'm going to use this without auto tracking and, all right. So you guys can kind of see what this yard looks like. Give me a good picture. All right, and you probably can tell who the visitors are. Chickens. And so my goal is to get this going so it survives with chickens. Come on, focus on me. Technology. Oh well. Let me see. I had this working, of course, until we get live. Thanks, buddy. You're too kind. You're too kind. It's been one of those days, I feel like. It's now frozen, and I guess maybe I'll try to switch over to my iPhone. Let me plug it in, and maybe that'll just give us a better shot. But, yeah, I don't know why. Unfortunately, it is not working. Give me one sec. What a bummer. Never works when you need it, it seems. Starting up again. Anyways, let's just put this thing right there. And so in the back of my truck, what I brought home is tons of earthworm castings, old litter, old soil, just a bunch of mess of stuff. And there's a bunch of worms mixed into this. I'm going to start off by dumping it into this area, and then I'm going to let the chickens pick through it. Then I'm going to build some beds in the area, and I'm just going to go crazy with seeding this area. So let me show you some of the stuff I've got. I'll switch to the Mac camera. Check this out. So I got some beautiful lemon thyme, some rosemary, some more oregano, or I'm sorry, that's what is that? Some lovely basil. Mint. I love mint. Greek oregano. And I actually did grab this eucalyptus, but I'm not putting this in here because I'm going to bring this in out. And I might even make this into a bonsai. Not sure. And here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. And I'm going to try to get me on. I'm going to switch to the AI stuff. Let's see. Put me right in the middle. Check. All right. And then I am also going to set. All right. Okay, cool. Sweet. It is working. All right. Cool. Now I think that's a good camera angle for us to work today. So let's start. I'm going to start dumping out. And again, is it following me? Are you following me, bud? Come over here. Come over. It is. Oh, sorry. It's still on the iPhone. All right, I got the actual follower. Oh, Hank. Well, follow along today and you'll see what chickens do to a garden. And I will say, right, let's see, is this not working still? There we go. All right, hopefully that keeps working on me. So, is it working? I gotta fix this one more. But chickens can be tricky because they can really wreak havoc on a garden. Now that being said, everyone's always telling me, you should get a goat. And I don't know, I remember I was thinking about getting goats, and then I was working at the New England Wildlife Center, and a goat that's part of that crew, was going for a walk, and I just finished installing a door, and it picked that instruction manual up and ate it right in front of me. I was like, and that's why I don't want a goat. Now chickens are a little more manageable. So my real strategy, well, these plants here that I purchased, this is probably straight up foolish. I don't know if these are gonna survive. They might rip these up, but I got some ideas on how to distract them. And the real goal is I've got so many old seeds in here that I'm gonna toss out, and these are all herbs. A lot of them are perennial, so I'm hoping this is really gonna establish an awesome perennial garden here. And there's actually a good amount of herbs already established in here. Like, that's chocolate mint, it's so good. Some parsley. Right back here is some horseradish. And so there's a lot of good stuff. It's stuff that chickens don't necessarily love eating as much as grass and whatnot. That being said, the seeds they'll love. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put out the worm castings, let them kick it around, have their fun, and once they get bored, that's when I think I'm actually gonna start putting these seeds in, raking them in, and I'm gonna run a sprinkler. Well, Hank, I'll tell you, the one thing I'll say about having chickens is they're awesome, but you got to get them set up right, and you got to prepare. People try to say they're not a ton of work. They are a lot of work a lot of times, but look how cute they are. Hey, you guys can't see them. Oh, they just ran off. Those are the two new teenagers. Those guys hatched. They're probably 10 weeks old now. We have a whole other set, but yeah, watch as everyone starts showing up when I start dumping worm castings out here. Oh, and I forgot. This is something. And this is what I basically hope to expand upon. So all this over here, if you guys can see this is tons of, I'm sorry, it's, it's not mint, it's lemon balm, I'm sorry. And I love lemon balm. You can make awesome teas, incredible antioxidant that reduces free radicals in your body. So after you fly, make some, lemon verbena tea. You can see it just has been spreading out, and I've been splitching it. I'm also probably gonna pull up, I have some stuff growing throughout the yard like chives and other mint varieties that I'm gonna start mixing in here. So I'm gonna start doing some transplants, but also I hope the seeds do take. I'm definitely gonna make sure to wet them and time it potentially right before the rain, because otherwise these chickens will just eat the seeds straight up. So I wanna avoid them eating the seeds immediately after I put them down. But let's get spreading. Are you guys ready for some exciting stuff? Watch this. Who wants worms? Would you guys help me spread this? Oh, there's a worm right there. Look at that. Right on the bottom of that. I mean, so I've been I've been producing some of these worm castings for a couple years at the warehouse at Garden. And, had more than I'll ever need there. So started bringing it home. And this is still breaking down. You can see there's so many worms still in here. Your friends don't even know what's going on yet, but look at this. This is beautiful. I wasn't actually sure. So this was a worm bin that I haven't added anything to in like literally 5-6 months. So I wasn't sure if there were gonna be a lot of worms. And as I emptied it out, this big bin, it was a 100-gallon tub. I've been really surprised at how many worms actually still were in here. Hey, chickens. Hey, chickens. Hey, chickens, trust me, it's worth it. Yeah, here they come. All right, I'm gonna rearrange this angle so you guys can get a little more of them than me. I think that'll lower it on me. And I'm gonna also zoom out a little. Oh, and of course it froze up. So I'm using an OBS bot, and it's super cool, but it does bug a little sometimes on me. It's new, it's kind of, new technology. But I'm excited to see where this goes over time. So let's see, if I zoom this way, I don't know what that does. Okay, hopefully that helps. Okay, let's see. Put my head up a little higher. Just keep this a little lower. And there they go. They are going to town. The other thing, how's it looking? Is this camera looking pretty good for you guys? Thanks, Hank. This is a party for them. They love worms. I mean, and they're great for them, right? It's amazing. And tomorrow I'm actually doing something. Oh, here comes the rain, unfortunately, but should have thought of this. It'll be all right. My computer is totally waterproof. Oh boy. Well, anyways, let's keep going. Good job, guys. Keep up the good chicken work. You guys want more of that? Now this over here, this big bag. Oh. Oh, yep. Luckily, this isn't all chicken. I mean, all worm castings. This is a bunch of other leaf litter, some old branches that have been decaying. But it's a mess. And you know, the best thing is these guys will just pick through it, spread it out for me, and then I'm gonna throw some seed down on top of it. Oh, sorry, friends. I gotta say, the stuff I'm putting into this garden should make for the best garden ever, but we'll see. Actually, I'm gonna let these kind of spread out a little. All right. Chances are I'm gonna get dirty. That's part of it. Ooh. You guys still see me? All right, back of the truck. And, you know, I'm gonna focus when I'm spreading this stuff out. I am putting it mainly kind of uphill. And man, I'm gonna put a little bit. This is my little blueberry patch that's been struggling. I didn't start it with enough soil. All right. You know, oh yeah, look at this, guys. Who wants some? Get this good organic matter in there. Boom. Oh, sorry, friends. Didn't mean to startle you. Last one. Look at this beast of a bag. Ooh. Yeah. Now it's not the most precise methodology, but sometimes, you know, you gotta just get it going. And so, look at all the soil. Boom. I got that done. I'm gonna throw these guys back in my truck. I'm gonna get involved with these guys. And so I think the way I'm gonna approach this is I'm gonna start off by just raking it with the chickens and getting it flattened out. And then after I do that, I'm gonna build some beds up, which they'll probably rip apart again. And then once they're done ripping it apart, I'm gonna seed and immediately start watering so they don't ruin it. See how it goes. So for something like this, man, I love this big steel rake. If you need to move just good amounts of ground, just turn it. And this is great. Can move a lot, really dig in there. You know, it's not like your leaf rake where it's gonna bend a bunch. So, you know, I can get nice, flat, solid, firm areas. So it's a great way to prep and level a bed. And so I'm kind of trying to flatten things out. Something I like to do is I like to terrace, so I'll create like flat, so my yard's pretty much continuously sloped. So by flattening it out, you know, first you can kind of get it established, and then after that, you know, you can start building. And in the past, I've done stuff like used wood to frame it, but I think this time I'm just gonna kind of let it go chaotic. And you know, I'm gonna create some beds initially. My hunch is the seeds are gonna spread everywhere. And this is kind of a place where there's a ton of walking going on. So I kind of wanna let like natural pathways develop within the herb garden. My goal is a year from now to hope to have a really nice perennial herb garden established here, potentially intertwine some root plants like beets and carrots and stuff over time. That's my goal. All right. Let's get going. Hey, chickens. So the lighting here, it gets good light, but nothing crazy. You know, it's not an area that's gonna just like get bleached out, but it gets probably like 3 hours of direct sun. And I like it. It's gonna back up. So the sun comes from over there and kind of does this loop from, you know, southeast up around to southwest. And so behind me are all these massive raspberry bushes that are kind of gonna sit high above a lot of this stuff, which is perfect because this is all gonna stay pretty low and short. Got some yucca right here. So I kind of want this to be my shorter perennial garden, backed by some larger perennials like raspberries and blueberries. Pardon me, you guys want me to help you clean this up? You want to see what's in here? All right, look at that. It's real dusty. Man, when soil sits in a dry warehouse for a long time, it gets real dusty. But you know, bringing it back to life with chickens and plants, and man, this area where I am right now, by the way, has taken so long. When I first moved here, there was poison ivy on top of plastic. So the previous owners had, probably 20 years early is my guess, cover this entire area right here with plastic to keep weeds out. But then, of course, over time, organic matter accumulates over it, and then things like what happened, poison ivy took over. So I had to get the poison ivy out, then the plastic, and below the plastic, there was no soil. So I've been just slowly trying to plant things to build roots and add organic matter and leaf litter and whatnot. And this year, I think it's ready to really do some good work. So let's keep flattening. So I see kind of a couple little areas I'm gonna kind of level on. Here's one, kind of make it flatter, you know? And the reason why that's good, if you can eliminate sloping, you know, you think when water comes down, it starts flowing down. So if it hits a flat bank or even like a slight up curve, right, the water will pool there, but then it'll drain out after. So you'll have a ton of moisture, but great drainage, which is where most plants really thrive. Most plants don't want to be sitting in water, but they don't want to be dry. They want moisture moving through, and that's why terracing like that really can help you. All right, any comments? Yeah, I love this rake. This thing's a beast, and I've had this forever. I can't believe I put it through heck and back. Pardon me, guys. Everyone, just quickly, oop. All right, just continue raking. And so, giving an idea where the flattening and bumping is. It's a good spot to flatten out right here. You know, over time, it'll do its thing, so I don't have to obsess over it, but I do want to spread the material out as well, you know? So, that's what I'm doing. Nice little rock to sit on here, you know? That'll be lovely. All right. Whew. Couple paths. And so again, I'm trying to think what the natural flow for walking will be. And I tend to, you know, walk up from over here, you know, come through my backyard. I don't know if you guys can see me still, yeah. So one route I see myself taking will be just right through here. And, you know, coming through to the backyard. So I'm gonna keep sweeping through that. Keep doing that. Another one, maybe I'll cut this way once in a while, make a little garden bed in this area. That'll be nice. You know, you wanna make sure, you know, I wanna make the islands, oh, I don't think it's following me anymore. Hey, you. I'm over here. Sorry. Sometimes Obsy, as we call him, loses focus. Now he's back. You follow me? Cool. All right, so one of the things I try to do, try to keep it to about 4 feet. So imagine if this is a path over here. I don't know if you guys can see this right here. And I make this area where these horseradish are an island. Well, I want to be able to walk around, but I want to make sure I can actually get to all the plants, right? So if the islands are too wide, I won't be able to access them. So I'm trying to think that through, like what's the appropriate pathways that will still allow me to maintain good access to plants so I can actually harvest them. And also sometimes, did you lose me again? I'm right here. Sometimes when when the plants that are deep in the middle without access, that tends to be where problems show up, or, rodents or rabbits, not in this house. Well, rodents might, but rabbits less likely will start making their homes. And so, keeping it so you can make sure to monitor and access, all points. It's pretty important. All right. So I might come right through this way. Just do a couple rakes. And the truth is, so I'm going to just seed so heavily with stuff and kind of whatever takes. It's a nice little flat area here. Oh, yeah. And so I've been leveling this area for a long time now. It's finally like really garden ready, which is sick. So I'm psyched for this year. Sometimes I even use, which I just tossed, you can see over here, this is what I was mentioning earlier, I'll use old logs to kind of frame beds. But I think for this one, I'm gonna just let it be all flat. There's so much, one of the reasons I like doing this is over time, those logs will break down and feed. There's a ton of organic matter, and there's actually logs buried throughout in here. And also, I think I just wanna allow it to be, every year the paths might change, when we kind of might mow differently, allow things to move around a little. I'll play it by ear, but yeah, keep it simple. Also, I don't want to get too worked up when the chickens, after making a bunch of really pretty beds, the chickens kind of rip it all to shreds. So there's that. All right. Going on that. I think I might plant right below, you guys can't see from there, but let's see. I don't know, right down here, there's the deck edge. I think I'm gonna put mint up against it. I think that'll do a couple things. I think it'll look nice, smell nice. If you've ever had mint growing in your yard, it's really hard to get rid of, even in the lawn. So people can step on it right there. I won't care. And hopefully mint kind of wards off rodents. So being right there might keep rodents away from the home, hopefully. I mean, at the end of the day, if there's food for rodents, they're coming. And that's been my learning lesson is if you don't want rodents, you just need to make sure there's no food for them to eat. So that's what I'm gonna do. What's up, Ian? How you doing, buddy? You guys are the best. Thank you all so much for supporting me. I wasn't even sure if I was gonna put this up live because I'm like, I don't even have a plan, but then I figured if I put it live, my friends, like you guys, Hank and Ian will jump in and give me advice and follow along. And also, Ian, I love watching what you do. I feel like you just put out what you're doing there and your stuff looks awesome. I wish I could eat it all the time. So thank you all. All right, keep moving this ground. Okay, I might take a little path this way too. And so there's a plant right there now. And, I think in the past I would really work around it, but there's so much lemon verbena right now. Or lemon balm, I'm sorry, that's lemon balm. Then I'm not too worried about that one guy getting destroyed. There is so much to go around. We got a ton in the front yard too. So, yeah, it's getting there. I'll just keep flattening. How do you guys think? Any advice out there? Anything you guys want to see or talk about or listen to, or hopefully you're all enjoying? Just keep doing these back and forths, and over time, it really just levels it, you know? Then all of a sudden you look up and you're like, that looks pretty nice. You know, sometimes it's just about mimicking a little bit of what nature does on its own, you know, walking around and just kind of speed the process. Make a little path in there. All right. Little path through here. All right. Thank you, chickens. You've been very helpful. I know you're going to undermine all the contribution you've done by attempting to destroy whatever I make here. That's okay. I'm half building it for you, but also me. So if I put enough seed down, my hope is you guys won't be able to destroy it. So maybe what I should do, now that I think about it, is before I plant anything, get the sprinkler going, ready to launch. That way, as soon as I finish seeding, I can just turn it on and voila. All right. Back and forth. There's a lot of straw in here, which is nice. I put this yucca here. I was just moving it. I wasn't sure where to put it, so I just put it here in the top for a moment. I like it though. I think I'm gonna leave it here. I'm not sure if this yucca I can do anything with from like a consumption perspective. I don't know if like it's the type of yucca that humans would utilize. I need to learn about that. If anyone knows out there, I'd love to hear. Let's see. A little more. Hi guys. Try to get some cover over here. It's pretty dusty and dirty on the ground. I don't know if you guys can see this, but realize, let me take that comment thing off because I think that's blocking some of the best stuff. All right. Whew. There we go. And again, let me fix this grid line. I don't know what phrase framing is. Let me go back to this. I'm going to zoom out a little further. All right. Cool. So hopefully that's better. All right, cool. I'm going to do a few more rakes, and then after that, I'm going to get a smaller rake so I can cut some paths in this. See how that goes. But I just want a little bit more. I think this will be a path. Here, get a little more of this dirt. Hi guys. Flatten that. You know, I used to use a lot more heavy, you know, like engine equipment, you know, like leaf blowers constantly for everything. And, you know, hey, makes a lot of noise, produces a lot of gas. Less exercise. I've started kind of trying to use more and more manual tools. It's amazing how much, you know, you can do and how much, you know, better it is probably for us and everything around us. So I'm trying to reduce my use of mechanical equipment because, I mean, it's so much more enjoyable. Like if I were using a leaf blower or whatever right now, the chickens would be dispersing everywhere. So, you know, it's kind of nice. And honestly, as much as it seems like sometimes when you're using equipment, like heavy duty equipment, things go faster, and sometimes without a doubt they do, like if you're using a backhoe or something, but sometimes for stuff like this, just grabbing a big rake, it's a really efficient way to do it. All right. Yep, starting to see nice leveling, which is what I'm going for, you know. there's a log right here. I'm gonna kind of work with that. So come up and around. I'm starting to see a path, a little teardrop there. Come through here. There's obviously kind of already a bed. Take better care of some of these, you know. Whew, let's see. Where was that? All right, a little bit more there. So this is a nice little straight shot here. Come through there. All right. Starting to see it, I think. Are you guys? So this is, let's move this like that. Pretty good. It's still pretty hilly, so I want, you know, I do want to try to reduce the hilliness. You know, I want that water to sit in beds. Maybe push that like that. Kind of a nice little dip. All right. Okay. Flatten here. All right. Now, I forgot my other rake, so I'll be right back. I'll let you guys enjoy some chicken time while I'm gone. I will be back in just a couple minutes. Should I put up a note? I'm gonna write, thanks, Hank. Thanks, bud. Just gonna put that message up. I will be back. All right, I'm back. Let's see, let me get the, how do you? There's something I'm supposed to do. There's some hand signal I can give this. Wait, I gotta plug the mic in. Cool. Get back on that. All right. Yeah. Dude, you got the best icons. Thanks, bud. All right, so you guys can hear me again. So I got my little rake, now a little steel rake, and this is what I'm gonna use to kind of make the paths more specific. So there's this log right here. So I'm gonna work with it, and I'm gonna kind of build that as a starting bed. So right here, I don't know if you guys can see this area right here, I'm gonna kind of start raking into a bed. Let's see. So imagine I come up this way, and I just wanna kind of, right here, yeah, I know. Oh, I forgot, I already put some, in that compost, there was some big ginger from last year. So you know what, I'm just gonna put that back in. Right there, there's some more. All right, hey sweetie. That's little princess, and man, she is. Okay, there's another log there. You gonna peck me? You love pecking me. She'll scare me sometimes like that. All right. So I'm gonna start carving, and get that little path right there. Little slope. Hi. That way I can just kind of come here and walk right to the chicken coop, right to the water. Imagine if I'm ever dragging the hose, which is right over here. You know, now where's the hose line gonna get dragged if I'm ever trying to water? So imagine I'm walking through the backyard. I wanna make some paths so I'm not ripping plants up. So this is coming from there to back here. Imagine I'm trying to water the blueberries over here. And that way that's not gonna get ruined. Make that straight line. All right. Just trying to figure out those natural paths I walk. Come out down the stairs. I'll probably loop around here. Man, that log is in there, but that's okay. Maybe it's right here. So, you know what? It's okay. That's perfect. I think that leaves a nice, fat, wide bed. Come around that way. And maybe, so if I'm coming this way, like this, I'm just gonna walk that like it's a hose. Okay, that's cool. That's one way. Okay, so maybe there's another little bed right here. Kind of sticking out. Right to here. What do you guys think? Yeah. Okay. And let's imagine coming down from this path, going to the field, coming through, just like this. So, starting to see this triangle. Oh, this is that log again, though. Shoot. You know, maybe I just pull this up. How long is this? That's a big guy. Where's it go to? Right? Okay. You know what? Might just have to stay as part of the trail. I don't want to trip on it, but how else? Let me see. Where does this go to? Yeah, that thing's huge. I mean, you know what? Let's see. I said that's one path. That's one path. I'm just gonna leave it where it is. I might be pulling that guy up if I'm tripping on it, but maybe we'll see. Maybe it'll be buried. Okay. One thing I saw in here, I'm a little worried about, but kind of wanted to almost test how bad it really is comfrey. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but comfrey can be apparently quite invasive. It's a green manure producer. There's some over there. I've kept it controlled, but I know I'm playing with the devil on that, so tell me if I'm crazy or if I should just be gutting it out. I'm hoping that everything else is growing so densely, and if I keep my eye on it, I can keep it controlled, but I don't know. I just want to learn the plant, but maybe that's not a great call. So, okay. Yeah, this log seems to be right where we want to work. So I have a feeling I'll be cutting this thing out because I don't want people tripping on it, but yeah, what do you think? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's okay. I'm pulling that up. Whew. But it's nice. You can see, look at this thing. It's already starting to really break down. A lot of it actually, check that out. I mean, that just turned into fertilizer. So that's awesome, right? This is doing its job, you know? You know what? I'm just gonna move it. This is gonna need something to hold up, right? So why not just bury this right here and use this right like that for now. Help hold that soil. All right. Oh yeah, now they love that. Okay, that gives me an opportunity to give a like much better natural line that I can fill in on. All right. Some point, my chainsaw, I bought a brand new chainsaw, but apparently it didn't like being run for 2 hours straight, so I destroyed it. So at some point, hopefully I'll be able to buy a new one, chop this guy up, because I'd love to cut a path through here. Might just need to get some help from a friend with the chainsaw. Try to pull rocks up when I see them too. I run my mower through here sometimes and don't want to destroy the blade, so kind of consolidate them. Put that here. Maybe I'll build a wall at some point. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I like how this is starting to shape out. Get in there. So come through here. Start doing this path. This goes like that. That way I can come through here, up here. Kind of come down through here. It's a nice little path over here. There. Anyone else out here grow horseradish? It's one of my favorite things lately to be growing. I've been transplanting around the yard and making teas with it. It's really nice. It's fun to grow. It's beautiful too. Its flowers are gorgeous. Just finished flowering. Well, gorgeous might be in the eyes of the beholder, as they say, I guess. So I think it's pretty. It's got these beautiful little white flowers. All right, chickens. Let's see. You know, maybe this should no longer, although sometimes, so imagine I'm walking from here, cutting through, kind of want to come down that. All right, up through here, come on down like this. I like to add a little bit of curb, you know, make it look natural again. A little intersection here. Okay. Just a loop like this. All right. Cool. Let's see. This guy, let's see, if you're coming up this way, maybe do we do a shot like this? Kind of come around this little island. Trying to figure out basically the different islands or beds, as you might call them. That's one. Okay. So again, just the way I do this, just by kind of walking over it repeatedly until I kind of get a sense of where I need the paths. Oh, yeah. There we go. I'm not sure whether this should stay a path. I think so, right? I like it. It's kind of cool. Okay, up through here. Cool. So I think this right here is kind of turning a path. And again, I'm going to just seed like crazy, but I'm going to focus the seeding on the paths. The reality is we'll see what the chickens do to it. So I might even cover, I do have some rice hull bales, so I might cover it, but I'm not sure yet. All right. I think in the past I've done this little thing, but I might make it so this kind of is one big island. I don't know. This might look nice just like that. It's a nice little path. Definitely, oh, this is awesome. This is a log right here that's just so broken down. It's really nice. And this, some straw from the coop. Just mixing everything around is going to make it break down so much better. So, all right, kind of flatten it, get it in there, come up like that. Coming down from here, you might go like that. And from there, you might go like that. So I'm just zooming around. Sorry if this is boring. I realize it probably is, but I take no offense. Yeah, starting to get there. So I think this is kind of a cool little area. And again, like we have the basic beds picked out here. Okay. And I'm not sure how easy it is for you guys to see this, but if we cut through here, then I can kind of zoom like this, and this is gonna be the path for us to walk on. All right, this looks crazy, but I don't know if you guys can tell. Let's see if I can take some control. Let me get this guy and show you. Let's see. I'm going to turn this thing off. Oh, yeah, double click that. And I'm going to show you guys kind of, let's zoom way out. I hope it is zoomed way out, I guess. And I don't know if you guys can see, but this is going to be one bed. And it is tricky because maybe, I don't know if you guys can even see the different beds. Here's, let me, okay, I tried to, oh boy, now I pissed it off. All right, cool. All right, so, thanks Brownie. So right here, there's gonna be this one bed here. So my goal is I'll be able to walk from over here up through, and bed one is here, this big guy. Bed two is this one right here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And then bed three is right here. Oh. Right here. Okay. There's also going to be a small bed here. There's already a bed up here with some blueberries that have been struggling. My main blueberry patch over there, and another bed here. So I guess now that we've done that, oh boy, what do? I think, do I Maybe I get the hose ready. I see these guys. They're just waiting. Let's do an experiment, all right? Let's start with, you know what? I have so much Spam. I have a bunch of basil. So let's start with the basil. Let's just see what happens when I put this in the ground. Grab my shovel. Hank, tell me, oh dude, I am so interested in what you have to say about comfrey because I'm definitely nervous about what it could do long term. This is, let me show you where I've got some. It's actually right here. And so you can see I mowed it earlier, so it's not exactly huge or nothing, but you know, I'm kind of interested to hear what you hear about it because I hear it makes amazing grain manure. So any info you have. And dude, Hank, I wish you were making videos about this stuff. I mean, you make 6 skate videos, a few of them. But you know so much, man. All right, so I'm gonna try this basil here. And let's see what, is this $4 down the tube? Please don't eat this, guys. I'm gonna put a couple like kind of anchor plants to get things going. One basil. You know what, I guess if you feed the chickens, you feed the chickens, right? So maybe I'll put some of these guys in on the corners. Maybe also what I could do, maybe I turn the sprinkler on a little to get everyone out of here. So I will be right back. Okay. Now, chickens don't love water, so I'm hoping, I don't really want to, not trying to soak everyone, but I wouldn't mind, although I am going to make my stuff a little harder. Hey guys, it's raining out. Does everyone want to kind of get out of here? Oop. Okay, get a little water. Or is this just going to make you guys like it even more here? And I'll water that basil a little. Oop. I should have attached a hose, a better hose fitting, or a spray adapter, but hey, that'll work. I don't know if that did anything. But at least I have it prepped, so once I'm done, hey cuties. Aha! What, you're too big? They're the teenagers now, and I guess they're too cool to hang out. They used to let me pick them up. They grow up so fast, it feels like just a week ago, yesterday. Sorry, that was cheesy. All right, you know, maybe I'll put some stuff kind of to anchor like the positions of where the bed starts and finishes. Maybe I'll put this guy right here, some lemon thyme. Boom, that looks nice. Who's next? Some rosemary. Look at that, some nice roots. Rosemary loves some good sun. Maybe I'll put the rosemary right here. My only rosemary plant friends, don't kill it. But it's on me, right? I'm choosing to do this with the expectation that I'll win some and lose some. You know, for this one, this is the mint. I might just put this one, like I was mentioning, right over here. Almost. Do I want to put stuff right against the deck? I don't know. Maybe that's a bad idea. You know, I'm going to think about that one a little more. So instead, I'm going to put the mint right here. And I've got so many varieties of mint throughout the yard. I got to start like kind of going through. I one year collected about 20 different varieties ranging from pineapple, strawberry, chocolate. I love mint. Funny enough, everyone talks about how it goes nuts in their yard. I don't know why mine doesn't. It seems like other things do, but mint, I guess I have so much other stuff going that it almost doesn't compete as well as it does in a poorer soil. It almost seems to do better in poor soils. All right, here's a Greek oregano. gonna put this guy right up here. You know, the basil, oregano and basil, never bad. I'm digging my hands. Okay, we'll see. We will see. One left, and then it's time to seed. You know, this log, I'm gonna move this log. I have a feeling, you know, or I guess I could just bury it a little more, but it feels like it's just kind of, it's preventing me from doing what I'm kind of hoping to do here. So I'm gonna get out of here for now. I kind of wanted to go log free. Put this guy back here. Figure it out another time. Hi. All right. So, you know, without breaking the bank, hopefully these guys start establishing. All right, this guy, let's do this. Oh yeah. Maybe I'll put this one right here. It's a nice little spot that doesn't seem to have nothing. All right, let's turn it up. Put that right there. And now, the fun part is going to be, let me do one more rake again just to really get the perimeter of where to spread this seed. But I am going to just seed everywhere in the beds with all this remaining herbs I've collected. I've collected so many different herbs over the years. So I'm just gonna seed in the beds, and I totally expect it to get kicked around in the trails and the trails to kind of evolve, but at least it's something to start with. Oh, and here's some more of the ginger I planted from last year. I brought it in and now I'm just putting it back out, but it got dumped out with that compost. Okay, so that's one bed. Okay. Although, man, I'm starting to have second thoughts on removing that log, but I'm okay with it. I want to be able to just walk everywhere, and it's okay if things get stepped on. Okay, this bed's a little undefined here. I think I'm gonna go like that to that. Try to get this island looking good. Okay. That's one. Okay, turn it like that. Okay. Just want to see where to plant the seeds. And I'm going to try to organize and cluster things so like things are together. That way, you know, because for instance, like imagine if I plant some mint next to something, let's say basil, and whatever reason, this is just an example, it takes over. You know, I want to make sure one thing isn't just out competing everything else. So by kind of clustering like things, you know, it prevents one thing from kind of dominating everything else, hopefully. And that's my thought and my experience. Let me know what you think. And get that going. All right. Feels like time to seed for real life, as my daughter would say. So, I've got this huge thing of seeds right here. And so, the way I'm going to approach it, I'm going to go through the packs and just dump them all, one by one. Let's start off with catmint, super drought resistant. Oh boy, the chickens are causing a problem. They're gonna eat these seeds, I have a feeling. Let's see. You know what? Catmint. It's catmint. Let me find out. I'm gonna do the catmint. You know what? The catmint actually could be perfect right up against the deck. I'm gonna plant that there. And you know what? I don't really care if it doesn't make it because I already have a bunch of catmint elsewhere. So I just planted it there. You know what I'm gonna do is one bed at a time. I'm gonna toss that. You know, I need a little trash cup. So I'll do the beds and then I'll rake and water. See how that goes. So I sprinkled the seeds out. So I'm just gonna give it a quick rake, which hopefully gets some of them buried and also kind of prevents the chickens, spreads the seeds out, and kind of gives them a fighting chance. You know, I don't know if they'll be able to get to it. There's so much stuff to eat in here. Maybe I'm a fool, but maybe the chickens won't destroy this completely. We'll see. Once the sprouts pop, we'll see what happens. That might be a different story. So I'm just raking kind of back and forth to kind of, you know, spread the seeds out, kind of get them all over and get them, some of them buried and buried different heights, which will, you know, change when they pop through. All right, let's see what else we got to do. All right. Dandelion. Culinary dandelion. Who plants dandelion seeds? I'll tell you, this guy. All right, let's do some dandelion up here. This is kind of no man's land. And you know what? This will be my culinary dandelion area. I'm just gonna kind of rake that, see how it does, and hopefully, and I don't know, dandelion, by the way, most people hate dandelion. It's got the worst reputation for gardeners. People do everything they can, but it is a great plant to grow because it's super good for you, delicious. This variety I've popped years ago came out great. All right, dandelion done. Let's see what else. We've got some lemongrass claiming to be perennial. Yeah, I don't know about that. These guys look a little beat. I love lemongrass. I'm gonna put the lemongrass over here. You see, I just walked right through that. Maybe that becomes a path over time. But let's do some lemongrass. Let's see how it takes. This seems, I don't know if this will come out very good. It seems a little beat up. So mixing it like that. And again, this is not done to perfection. I'm not planting at a certain depth. I'm basically just overseeding a bunch of old seeds with lower germination rates. If these were expensive seeds or anything like that, this isn't what I'd be doing necessarily. But hey, it's better than waiting another year to let them get worse and worse, right? All right. Our trash. Any chamomile left? I love chamomile. I had it growing, it was coming back. I think it's an annual. Look at these tiny little seeds. I mean, good luck finding those chickens. Let's put some chamomile, put that right here. And you know, my hope is by keeping things like where I'm not planting as many of these seeds, if I see a little explosion, I'll review this video. That's another reason why I'm excited to be capturing video of this. I'll review the video and be like, what is that? Although I have an idea what most of these things look like, but nonetheless, you know, some of them I don't. Oh, heart flowers. Some of these are not herbs. So chocolate cherry, sunflower, heart flower. I'll move those over here. Ooh, mosquito repelling grass seed. Nothing left though. All right, culinary herbs. Never been opened. Let's see what we got to work with. Perfect. Basil, parsley, cilantro, slow bolt, and oregano. You know, this seems like the culinary section right here, so I'm gonna just do these guys. I'll add this basil seed around the existing basil. Excuse me. Kind of go trough around it maybe. Okay. Spread that. Kind of just missed it. Okay, that's one. Slow bolt. Cilantro. I've had cilantro, and I'm in New England again, and come back year after year, which is pretty neat. So hopefully that does that again here. I'm gonna put the cilantro over here. From my experience, cilantro likes some good sun. This is a sunny little spot right here. Oh yeah, look at these. Now these, the chickens would absolutely love. Look at those big seeds. So I'm gonna make sure these guys are covered well, and I keep my eye on those chickens. Don't peck at them. Okay. Oregano. Put that around the oregano. Oh yeah, that's a lot of seeds. Look at how little these guys are, I mean. And one left. Yep, keep walking right through that. Is parsley. And it seems like, funny enough, this is parsley. I did not realize parsley came back, perennial. I'm not sure if all varieties are, but I'm gonna put some down low over here. So again, I'm making a trough, that way they don't just, you know, float away. Oh, there it goes. Getting windy. Hopefully it doesn't start pouring. Hey, you guys, get out of there. Come on, come on. You know, I'm not sure what the point of doing that is. I'd at least like to get some water on it before they start ripping it apart, right? All right, next, let's see. I don't know how much there is. There's a lot of empty seed packs I gotta go through. Maybe I should back this up a little. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna do, what do we got here? Ooh. Italian large leaf. This is basil. It's funny, it doesn't even say basil. I'm pretty sure this is basil. Let's take a peek. Hey guys. This is my old ones. Wow, that's a lot of seeds. Let's see, I'm gonna match it. So the scientific name, Ocimum basilicum. Let's see, Genovese basil. Anything on the scientific name on this? Albaca genovese. No, I don't know what these seeds are. Italian large leaf. Parsley? Oregano? Let's see, anyone out there know? Let's ask. You guys know what this is? Let me look it up. So what is Ocimum basilicum? Let's find out. Taking a little bit. Is the scientific name for sweet basil. Okay, this is sweet. Oh, nice. Sweet basil. Yeah, buddy. All right, well, I love basil, and particularly when it's sweet, right? So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make this one line of sweet basil. I mean, look at all these seeds. There's no way I'm not gonna have a ton of basil, right? That's plenty of seeds. Like, don't eat all that, please, guys. Okay, maybe I'll make another one right here. Some strips. And then I'll save some, maybe. Maybe I'll put some over here. You know, and I guess why not just kind of cover this area? Maybe I'll get a nice little microgreen, you know, setting. I mean, you put that many down, you got to get something, I think. Okay, I'll kind of sweep it around a little. Let's see what happens. Get the roots going. I know you guys are looking, you're looking for bugs, right? Not everything I'm planting, of course. All right, let's see what else we got in the map. We've got sage. Oh, there's no seeds left in this coneflower, unfortunately. I love growing echinacea. I got some growing in the fat. It's hard to start from seed though. if I remember correctly, you need to make sure it's cold first. Takes a really long time. You really don't see much for a year or so. Whew. All right, a couple sage, which is awesome. I'd love to get these to pop, but again, a few years old, you never know. Let's put these guys. Sage loves a lot of sun, I find, so I'm gonna toss these guys over here. I should probably do something to mark where I'm planting, but you know, again, it's probably gonna get all kicked up by the chickens. So let's see what else we got. We got so many things. I'm just gonna pull out what I'm gonna plant. I should have done that ahead of time, right? Herbs. All right. Let's get these done. You know, I haven't been doing much back here yet, so look at this. Calendula, beautiful flower. Anything left in here? I don't think so. One little seed. I'll put that somewhere right there. You never know. This is one of the oldest herbs. Anise, I never know how to say it, but it smells like licorice and has beautiful flowers. So maybe ooh, lots of them. Cool. All right, you know what? I'm going to do that guy since it's a pretty flower. I'm going to put that right by this rock. We got so many of these. Someone's got to take. This is my little, maybe I should leave this little pack here so I'll remember I put them there. For now. I'm going to do that. See, I'm learning as I go. Anyone's got advice out there, by the way, like, hey, shoo. I just planted. Come on. These Turkins. Get out here, shoo. Give it a moment, please. All right. Ooh, there is some echinacea here, sweet. Let's try putting those maybe right here next to this side of the rock. What do you guys think? That'd be so pretty if that took over here. Just some nice little cone flower. They're beautiful and incredible medicinal value. You make some great teas. Everyone knows echinacea, right? Got some more cilantro. I'll put that, let's just put that right here. Right next to me. Not a terrible spot. I think I put some cilantro down already over there. All right, this is some more feverfew, another really tiny seed flower. Beautiful little flowers. Let's put that, maybe, I'll put that right next to this rock, how about? So that way I know where I've planted things and don't plant on top of things as much as possible. Again, expect it to get scratched up, but hey. Should I put sunflower in here? I mean, dwarf sunspot sunflower? That's a big move, but let me think about that one. Strawberry seeds. I've been saving these forever. Why not? I don't think there's any in here. Strawberry seeds are tough to grow, but it is cool. If you want to, mess with a new variety, it's not the worst way to do it, Gives you a good start. All right, some more. Hey guys, everyone, shoo, just for a moment, please, let me plant. Or you know what, you guys are probably the entertainment. So whatevs. All right, some more cilantro. I'm gonna throw this, who doesn't like cilantro? Let's put some right here, clustering. Leave this pack. How are we doing out there? Any questions? Ah, yeah, what is this rad shirt? This is one of my best friends in Colorado. Check out Born Custom Guitars. He makes this, hey, chickens, shoo. No, don't eat the seeds directly, please. Come on, everyone. Hey, you, come on, peanut, shoo. Come on, everyone, let's go. Hey. But if you want the cool, like his guitars are unbelievable. He is the most talented guy, and he makes these incredible custom guitars. He made me a guitar years ago that's unbelievable. And yeah, check him out. If you're looking in the market for guitars or just want to check out his site and see some of the most beautiful guitars you'll ever see, do it to it. Catmint again, another one I'm not gonna, I'm gonna take everything out of this pack and things I'm not sure about, I'm gonna put in here. Toothache plant. All right, let's get some. I think this is, I don't know if you guys can see this. Whoa, that's a lot of seeds. All right. You know, I'm gonna do this right in there. Again, I'm using a heavily overseeding technique. It's kind of my strategy. See what works. Some more basil. Looks like this is empty. Hyssop, yeah. I like put a bunch of old seed packets in apparently that have nothing in them. So pardon me while I sort. Catnip, ooh. You know, I might hold off on the catnip for now. Not, you know what? I'll do some catnip. Where should we do? I have friends with cats. What about over here? Let's do some catnip right here. Nope, it's a bag in a bag. Oop. Sprinkle that in. Spread the catnip. Thank you. Hi, Penguin. This is Penguin. She's kind of our oldest boss. It's interesting to see as she gets older, you know, is she still in charge? She kind of has like, she almost has like her own little role in the situation with like being in charge. It feels like the rooster is not in charge of her, but she's not in charge of the rooster. I think they have kind of an amicable relationship. She's right there, the black Turken over there. Turkens are a breed of chicken that have, let's see if I can get closer. We have a few of them and I love them. They're really cool and they're super sweet and they're really smart. And she's my oldest bud. The first chicken I feel like I really got to know well. And yeah, Turkens are an awesome breed. Around here they do great. You know, I do worry sometimes in the winter, the no hair. They're from Transylvania, which is nuts. All right, let's see. All right, this is, if I can look at the seed, I believe this is, these seeds are lemongrass. Yeah, these are lemongrass seeds, I'm almost positive. And I've grown lemongrass. It's not a perennial here, it's a perennial in other places. And actually, I'm gonna put them where they did really well one time, which was right over here. And they just exploded and they were super tall and it was really cool. So hopefully those take here. We'll find out. Hello. Oh, more lemongrass. And man, I love growing lemongrass tea. It's, making lemongrass tea, I apologize. More sweet basil for the basil area. Put it over here a little bit. I don't think I did any over here. And now the chickens will also help spread the seed over time. Ooh, valerian, another medicinal herb, Game of Thrones style. Or pretty flowering plant. Put that right here. Now, I don't know what this is gonna look like, and I'm kind of excited. It's gonna be a little bit of a surprise. I gotta imagine something's gonna pop, right? Let's see, do we have any of these? No, no. We already planted plenty of catnip. More cilantro. Hey, oh, did you guys see that? I don't think you saw that, but Penguin right here, what I mentioned was our old boss just put one of the teenagers, one of these little guys who's about to pass through, in line, you know, just said, hey, guess what? I'm the boss around here and you better know it. Respect, Penguin, respect. Hi. All right, put some more cilantro down. I'm gonna put some more right here. On top of where that comfrey was. Maybe it'll help repress it a little. Hi, you eating all my stuff? Oh yes, sweet Thai basil. Let's get a lot of this down. I'm gonna do a line right here. gonna do some right through here. We'll see how it pops. Still got a little more. You know, I'm gonna do a little over here. I love Thai basil, it's so good. I really hope this works. Hope some of it takes. Let's see, where else can I put a little? You know, right up in the front maybe. Hey you, what are you doing, little guy? Whoa, whoa. Funny enough, you saw that. That was Ruby, that red one right here. Now she is the bottom of the pecking order in our crew of chickens, and she's also the toughest on those, on the two young guys, the two 10-week-olds, the teenagers as we call them, which is fascinating. Like, she chooses to pick on those guys more than anything. All right, we are getting close to the end. Ooh, borage. Got any of these left? It's a great little, oh, just dropped. I don't even think those were seeds, were they? Borage is cool. I've got some growing in the front yard. All right, gonna put that there. You never know. It didn't even look like a seed, unfortunately. Peppermint. I'm also gonna transplant some chive for my front yard. So we got some cilantro, coriander, and parsley. Where have I kind of not paid attention? Probably maybe a little over here. This is gonna be just kind of some rando. I'm gonna spread them out everywhere because I don't think I did much here. Just kind of see what pops here. There's already some lemon balm here, so I'm not too worried. And again, you know, if these were all brand new seeds I just bought, I would be a little more precise, plant rows if I didn't have chickens, but again, I'm guessing some of these packs are just not gonna germinate at all. You know, I got these mosquito repelling seeds, they're so old. Typically, you know, you don't put them directly in the ground. You know what I should do for these? I'm gonna put these right near the front of my porch, and maybe they'll actually do their job and keep mosquitoes away. We'll find out. So let's put some in here. Okay, and then maybe I'll put another little batch of them right amongst all this other stuff. And whether it works or not, whether it takes, these guys are like 8 years old, so I'm not putting much expectation on these popping. They've been just sitting out forever. All right, okay, chickens. Well, I'd say we got a lot of seeds out today. I get the last of these mosquito repelling seeds. Come on. You know, spend all day ripping these two seeds that probably will never germinate anyways. But hey, you never know. Yeah, it's hard to, I can't just leave them in there, you know. Any, so I'd say after this, right, got all these going. Maybe I will throw, you know, I wasn't sure. I've got another thing of catmint. Wild strawberry. I mean, these things are well past germination probably. You guys will never find these wild strawberries. Supposedly huckleberry seeds, but I actually remember sprouting these like 9 years ago, and they were not appearing to be huckleberry. They might have actually been gooseberry. I'm gonna toss them up over here. No expectation again, but just kind of throwing old seeds out. And now, what about these sunflowers? You know, maybe I'll put some of these right here. Don't eat these guys, try not to. And maybe I'll put some of them right here. Could be really pretty for some sunflowers. These are dwarf sunflowers. So maybe if they take, it'll be pretty cool. And that's all. I mean, I just planted all the seeds I have, besides some catmint, which, you know what? I'll throw these out with the rest of the catmint I put down. And that way I am 100% done. And catmint, by the way, if you ever want to grow something that like nothing messes with, like deer, catmint's awesome. It really just stands up against, like nothing eats it from one of my experiences. Super drought resistant. Chickens, are you gonna prove me wrong on this? And so I'm just gonna rake that in there and call it a day. And so after this, I'm gonna set up the sprinkler, but I'm gonna move this computer first. And I am gonna set the sprinkler, turn it on. And my hunch is they will all spread. Oh, you know what? Let's do these chocolate cherry sunflower seeds. Right, where should I put them? Nice sunny spot, maybe. Again, I don't want them to shade out things, so I'm gonna put them towards a backdrop. Maybe I'll put, this could be a nice spot right here for some sunflowers. All right. In chocolate cherry sunflowers, these don't get huge or nothing, so see how those do. And now officially, I'm really done this time, I promise. And the timing's perfect because it's starting to rain, and that's like doing my job for me, right? So guys, thank you so much. Until next time, let me know if anyone's got any questions, but I really appreciate you all, and thanks for chiming in, and let me know if you got any advice on any of the stuff I'm doing. And I'll follow up and show you guys what happens and whether anything sprouts or it just turns into a pile of mud. All right, have a great day, everyone.